Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to class again. I hope you're preparing well for your exams. Today we're going to be treating relevant cost, and we're going to be taking past questions from the ICAN study pack. And the question that I would love to take today is the skills paper, May 2017, question 3, as you can see at TADEX Nigeria Limited. So we'll be going through, I think relevant cost is one of the easiest courses and questions that you're going to see out there, especially when it is not make or buy decision or shut down decision. I feel like it is one of the easiest one that exists there. So I'm going to be treating one of the past questions. I'm going to be treating two past questions. One will be on this video, and then there will be another video on the second question. So let's look at this. So we have a question that says Tadex Nigeria Limited is an engineering company that specializes in building engines for grinding machines. One of the components for building this engine is success token. So what they're telling us that we have this guy running this business, right? We have Tadex that runs this business, and it gets the materials, the components for this material from Toka, Nigeria. All right. Each of the components is transferred to Tadex, taking account of Toka's opportunity cost of components. Okay. The variable cost of Toka is 280 per component. This is the cost of Toka. But remember, we're working with Tadex. A prospective customer has approached Tadex. Okay, now the question starts. A customer has approached Tadex, right, to submit a quotation for a contract to build a new engine, right? So this person is a new customer to Tadex, right? But the directors are concerned, okay, they are keen on winning this contract. They really want to win this contract, right? And as a result, they intend to price the contract using relevant cost. So they really want to win this contract, right? And because they want to win that contract, they want to check how much would it really, really cost them to be able to make this contract to work. So I'm guessing from now we'll be having the additional information that will be used to solve this question. It says the following cost is given in respect of the contract. So we have the following cost for the contract. We have the first thing is the production director of Tadex is on annual salary of to 15,000 per, okay, the materials and so on and so forth. So what thing that I would love you to do first is number one, to be able to classify each of the costs, so whether it is relevant or it is not relevant. So the first thing that we have there is that the production director of Tadex is on annual salary equivalent to 15,000 naira. Now, is annual salary relevant or irrelevant? I think that's the first question. Annual salary, are they relevant or irrelevant? Okay, what do you think? All right, let's check whether that's correct. So when you have annual salary, because it is salary, it is a fixed cost. I take it again. If it is annual salary, it is a fixed cost. Because once you have salary, that means you've already costs that will treat to be relevant are really variable costs, right? So when you have salary and you have wages, salary is the fixed cost, while wages is the variable cost, because variable is dependent on the number of hours that they work. That's how much they will gain. But salary, whether you work or not, at the end of the month, you actually get your salary. So this is an irrelevant cost. That means we will not be considering this. The second one is, and I'm doing this breakdown so that you can just understand the cost that we're going to be working with or not. The materials needed for the contract are 110 square meters of material A. Okay, so we have material A. Material A. The material is being used for Tadex. It has 200 square meters in stock. These were bought at the cost of 120. So they have this particular material in stock already. They have a resale value. So when you have material in stock, right, you have it in stock, it's actually a relevant cost. When you have materials in stock already, whether they tell you it is regularly used or it is not regularly used, it is a relevant cost. But what would matter now is that which one would you use? In a case where you have the materials usually used in production, right? I think they mentioned it here. It's normally being used by Tadex. It is something that is actually being used. What you use is that you know that if we are using it often and often, you probably want to replace it, right? So you use the replacement cost. So they give us two prices here. They give us what they were bought. They were bought at the cost of 120 naira per square meter. This is the acquisition cost, like the historical cost that they bought it. Historical cost, past costs are not relevant, right? So that's an irrelevant cost. They give us the resale value. This is the amount that they want to sell it if they have to dispose it. To dispose it is not relevant. It is not relevant in this case because the stocks are usually used. I didn't mean they are not usually used. What will be relevant to you is that if we are not using it, then that means I can sell it. So if you decide to take on that project because of you decide to take on that project, that means you could have gotten the money already, right? But because of the project, you decide not to sell it. So it is at that point that it becomes irrelevant. I take it again. The only point where you start to consider resale value as a relevant cost is when the material is not regularly used. So if it's not regularly used, that means you could have sold it, and that's what makes the resale value a relevant cost. And then the replacement cost, of course, for this one, is going to be the replacement cost that is relevant. Replacement cost. And I'm just bringing this out so that you can know how to attempt to this kind of questions. All right, the next part is number 3, and it says 30 liters of material B. So on material B now, material B, the material has to be purchased specifically for this contract. Okay, they are buying it. And there is an MQ, minimum order quantity from the supplier, is 40 liters at the cost. So because they are taking this project, they are going to be buying this stuff. So this is a relevant cost. Very relevant cost. Relevant cost. So what will be relevant? What will be relevant cost there? We'll treat it when we get there. The Tadex has no use for this material after the contract, but 60 components will be purchased at the purchase price of. So still have another one that will be purchasing. So this material B has two items here. We'll treat this when we start solving it. It has 2 items here. And question, I'm guessing this is 3. A total of 240 direct labors will be required. This 3. This is now to add to stuff. In total, 240 direct labors will be required. The current wage rate. So when we look at labor, now I've said if the salary is irrelevant, if it is irrelevant, salary is irrelevant, so wage is relevant. So this is a wage rate. So that is a relevant cost, right? And currently they have 75 direct labor hours spare capacity. Immediately you hear spare capacity, that portion of spare capacity is irrelevant. I take it again. They can call it spare capacity, they can call it idle time. So far you hear spare capacity or you hear idle time, it is totally irrelevant. So 75 hours here is irrelevant. But note that the total hours that they need is 240. So that means this 240, we remove the 75 from it, and then we get our relevant labor hours. But let's continue. They didn't end there. So if you hear idle time, like I said, and you spare capacity, it is irrelevant. But if you hear something like overtime, then it is relevant. I take it again. Spare capacity and idle time, irrelevant. But if you hear something like an overtime, that means the price is actually changing. It's becoming variable. It is relevant. All right. The additional hours required will either be sourced by, so that means if we remove this 240 from 75, the remaining hours is that they do an overtime at this rate, okay, or they employ a temporary staff at the cost of 120 naira, okay, and then because the person is not experienced, they will do training. So we just know labor hours is relevant. Labor hours is relevant. Labor hour relevant. Now, I think normally when I'm in an exam, I'll probably not want to write it out this way. I might not want to write it out this way because it will take so much of my time. But if it is a question that is going to confuse you, or you feel like it's complicated, I think it's important that you go this route. At least you get some marks along the way, and you're able to work according to a system. Like with the ICAN PM, it's always about thinking a system. This system thinking, you've already come up with your system of design should look like, and then you work from there. 25 hours machine hours will be required. Right? Okay. Machine hours. Okay. It has 40 hours per week capacity. The machine is sufficient, available to complete the contract. The variable cost is a variable cost of running the machine. So that variable cost of running machine is relevant. Variable cost. Machine variable cost. Machine variable cost is what? Is a relevant cost. And the next one, the company fixed overhead. This is a fixed expense. It is not relevant. So let us start. So I'm just going to put my workings here just in case any workings show up. We can put the workings there. Okay. So let's start. I'm just going to put item and their price here and amount. I think it's better if it's here. All right. So let's walk through this together. So the first item that we had there, right, is the first relevant cost that we had was material A. So material A, there's material A. All right, 110 square meters of material A. Good. I think so. We can say material A. And the amount is 110 square meter at replacement cost. Remember, we said replacement cost. What's the replacement cost here? 125. So that's 110 times 125. That is the value of material A that is relevant. Let's make this a number so we can see things clearly. All right, the next part is material B, according to what we counted to be relevant. We have material B. There were 2 things that were here. So the first thing I was said was 30 liters of material B to be purchased specifically. So they want to buy 30 liters for this particular project. But as you will continue to read, I think they mentioned the other time that there's a minimum order quantity. So that means if they want to do this project, even though they need 30, what they will be buying is 40, right? So they will be buying 40 liters because the lowest they must buy. So far, what they are buying from this particular person is 40 liters. So because they are doing this project, they will not be buying 30, they will be buying 40 liters. And that 40 liters is at 19 naira. So we have the cost of 40 liters. Please don't go ahead and use 30 liters because in this case, the minimum they can buy is 40 liters, even though it is only 30 liters that they need for the project. Okay. And the next part goes ahead and say, Thales has no use for this material after the contract is executed. 60 components will be purchased from Toka at a purchase price of 500 per component. Remember that they mentioned here that they used to buy stuff from Toka, 218 naira. This is the historical price, right? But yeah, they're telling us that they have to buy components from Toka, 60 components from Toka, and it will be at the price of 500 per component. So this is still material B. So this is 60 times 500. It's pretty straightforward. I think the part that might prove a little bit not straightforward, even though it's simple, is labor hours. So let us work on labor hours together. So there are some things that we noticed. The first thing that we noticed was that they said 240 direct labor hours at that 110 rates and 75 is pair. So we need the relevant labor hours. So let's calculate relevant labor hour, the relevant labor hour. So the relevant labor hour is we know the total hours that they want to spend on that project, which is 240, and we know that there is a spare capacity of 75 direct labor hours. So like we said, spare capacity is irrelevant. So we have 75 here. So what you want to do is that you want to subtract this to get what is relevant. So you are removing the total minus the relevance, which is the relevant cost. So this value here represents the relevant labor hours. So that is the first part. Now let's look at it again because they gave us two options here, right? They gave us option one, which was that they can go ahead and hire somebody. Let's read it together. And are paid under a collective wage agreement. Okay. The additional hour requires can either be sourced at an overtime. So the option one is to what? Is to source this particular or do this at an overtime at 140. So that means they'll be doing this total number of hours at an overtime, and the value will be 140 naira per hour. So that is the cost. Right? That's option one. That's the cost of option one. The option two, according to them, is they do an employment contract, right? They have an employment contract with, let's put it out, option two. So option two is that they have an employment contract. Employment of a temporary staff at a cost of 120 naira, okay? So they want to get a particular person at 120 naira, all right? Let me make this separate so it looks really separate from what we have there. Option two is to bring this person in at 120 naira. So let's first put it. So they will first bring the person in at 120 hours. The number of hours the person will be working, we already know that already. This total number of hours that is relevant, 165. And then the person will require 10 hours supervision by existing supervisor who will be paid on overtime. So there will still be a supervisor that will be supervising the person for 180 naira per for 10 hours. So we know that the supervisor will also collect money, which will be 10 hours times 180 naira. 10 hours times 180 naira. This will form the amount that the supervisor would collect. So we can now add this together to know exactly what the total cost of option two will be. Now, note that this is a cost. Note that this is a cost. So we have two answers now. We have option one and we have option two. So option one is you want to spend 23,100. Option two, you have to spend 21,600. You now begin to wonder, which of this option should we go for? Now take it again. Which of this option will you go for? Because it is a cost, everybody wants to minimize their cost. So you go for the lower of the two. Which one is lower? Option one or option two? Definitely option two, right? So the company would look at the relevant cost for us because if we want to do this, we'll probably go for the lowest cost. We don't want to increase the cost. So as my profit is to go for 21,600. And this 21,600 will form our relevant cost for labor hours. So this is just going to be equal to, allow me to just split this, 21,600. Do we understand? If you're like, why did you subtract this 75 hours? Let me take it again. When you have spare capacity, it's just like you telling yourself that spare capacity is like you have somebody on ground that you have paid for, but they've not maximized their number of hours. So you don't need to go ahead to go and pay the person again. So because you don't need to pay the person again, it is not a relevant cost for this particular project because the cost that you've covered it yourself. So basically, that's the reason why we didn't use 75 hours. That's why we removed it. In case you're wondering, why did you really remove this 75 hours? I don't understand. That is the reason why we removed it. Spare capacity or idle time is not relevant. Spare capacity or idle time is not a relevant cost. It is not a relevant cost. Please note. All right, let's go to the next part, which is machine hours. So they told us that 25 machine hours is required. Good. The machine will be used. Somebody might also be asking that, oh, why are we not focusing on anything here? Everything that, according to what they gave us the information in respect to the contract. So we are really just working based on what the contract should look like. All right. The next part is 25 machine hours will be required. Okay, so we're going to be using a machine for 25 hours. Good. The machine is already leased at a lease rental of 6,000. So they've already leased this machine already. So this cost is not relevant to us because it's a past cost. They've already paid for this machine. We're not just leasing it because of this project. It is already leased. So it is not relevant. It has 40 hours capacity per week capacity. So this is the amount that it can work for 40 hours. But look at it. They said we just need 25 hours. 25 hours will be required. Okay. So that means this 25 hours is the relevant machine hours to us, at least for this one. The machine has the sufficient available capacity to complete the contract. The variable cost of running the machine is 17 naira per hour. So we just know that this is 17 naira. This is the relevant cost multiplied by variable cost. So by relevant machine hour. So machine hour. Remember, we're using that cost because it is variable in nature. It could be the price of fuel, it could be the price of power, it could be anything. But just know it is a variable cost. So 17 naira times 25 naira will give us that particular amount. And then the fixed overhead absorption rate is 20. We do not need fixed overhead. And this right here is going to give us our total amount of what the relevant cost is. I feel like this is a very easy question. It's a very easy 15 marks margin. And explain why you have included or excluded the cost. Of course, you know, everything I've talked about is the reason why you have excluded the cost. So you probably want to come here and put a column here and say reason. Oh, now this makes sense. You want to probably put reason here. And you want to put those explanations that I've made, you want to put them there. So let me just separate this. Let me just separate this so you can get access to it. Once again, if you're watching this video, I would really love you to subscribe. I think that's the biggest incentive for me to make these videos. I've been trying to make videos back to back, but I really, really would love if you could subscribe to this channel and drop a comment, or you could even share it with other people that you know they're writing the exams so that they also can use it as their study material. Thank you so much for joining me in the video. See you in the next past question I'm going to be doing on relevance cost. Thank you.